We will quickly do one self-reflection exercise for SE mirrors. So for each mirror, we will try to write down and note down something so that we will understand more about what is happening. First mirror is reflects to us which we are. So here's the question you can write down. You can write down the question, and it is your personal, right? You write down like what you are radiating, what you are generating, or what you are projecting right now at this moment. Just become aware and write down. Everyone able to see? What am I radiating in the moment, in this moment? Just couple of minutes. Just be aware, just be truthful to yourself and write down. No one, you will not show to anyone for your own reflection. Okay, shall we move ahead? So the second mirror, for this we'll do a self-reflection. When we find that many people show us the same pattern of anger or fear, they will be showing us an internal truth about ourselves. In the moment. Example, multiple new relationships appear within the same month. Pay attention, there is something valuable to learn within the network of these relationships. Look at the people you hold most dear. Look at the qualities that really push your buttons the most. Let's say your spouse, or your children, or your parents, whoever your close circle, your emotional circle, your emotional mind. What qualities they are having which is pushing your buttons, which is making you angry? Okay? Are they showing you what you judge in the moment? Just try to think on it and write down something which is coming out of your mind. Take a couple of minutes. Anyone has any questions?
Can't understand the question.
The question is, like, the thing is, you see the people in your life and they are pushing something, they are trying to trigger you, they are being a trigger. Let's say I am being a trigger for you, or someone else is being a trigger for you, and it is generating something, some hatred or some anger or some jealousy, right? I feel a lot of jealous. Many people, when they have romantic relationships, when they become very close, I feel very jealous. They trigger that within me. I feel very judgmental, I immediately want to be Bajranga. Right? I want to tell, we should not do all this nonsense here, You understand? So, what I don't have, they should not have. There's a kind of thing which I have. Jealousy. So, what are they triggering? Just try to think within yourself and what you are judging about them and what you are disowning into yourself, what you are judging about yourself. Not clear? हाँ, मतलब heart से सुनिए, दिमाग से नहीं. Listen from the heart. And try to remember the people in your life and just write down what are they making you feel, or what are they making you realize, what are they telling you about yourself. Instead of judging them, we are trying to look within and see what are they telling us about ourselves. It's very difficult to go from outside to inside because we are very used to project, we are very used to blame them, we are very used to judge them. But here we are doing a small exercise to see that, okay, if I am getting angry at that person, if I am getting jealousy at that person, if I am getting sad, feeling sadness or whatever, feeling happy, whatever you are feeling, so what it is trying to remember you, what you are remembering about yourself. So from the center of locus there, you move that center within. make some observations for yourself. Take a couple of moments. Note down whatever is coming into your mind. Note down. It's about self-reflection. Making sense for everyone?
Yes.
Is it too complex? Yeah, it's complex, but
Sure.
they'll come on, guys. Huh? Nice music. My phone, can you give me? Take time within you, like it's reflect. Like Bhagyashree shared something beautiful. Her husband is reflecting her relationship with her father, and she is judging her father, right? She was hating her father. She was judging her father. That's a reflection. And husband is reminding that. The people is reminding that. And just write down, okay, I am getting reminded of this judgment. Then? Done? Shall we go to third mirror, or if you want time, you can spend time. This is very important, whatever I am sharing, this is very important. And this will be the key most of the times for our happiness in our relationships. Be truthful, be honest. Let's say husband and wife came too far, so that you can be truthful. So, fine, we'll move ahead. And if you want to have issues with your parents, acknowledge it. I also have issues with my parents. Everyone has. But the first thing is we have to take ownership for ourselves. Don't feel like, they are very compassionate parents and they are trying to understand you, right? Giving you space for your freedom. They got you for this workshop. They wanted you to become masters of love. So, first acknowledge your own inner child. First acknowledge your own needs. Okay? Whatever is coming, be safe. Here they will not scold you. They will not judge you, and I will take a promise that with parents, you are her mother. Your mother. Mother, daughter. No? Okay, you are mother, sorry. I thought like you are daughter to her. I got confused, sorry. So be safe. No, we are trying to understand children also. It's again a parenting workshop also happening here simultaneously, not only relationship.
It's actually nice to see the inner child and close the wounds right now for them. We are at such a higher age where we are suffering, or we have suffered a lot. If they deal with their wounds at this age, they will not have that many problems what we might be facing today. So it is better for them to close their wounds right now.
And most of the time, children remind us of our own wounds.
True.
They are remembering us. They are reminding us, like see how imperfect you are.
Many times.
Many times. So instead of judging them, we judge children a lot. That's where the safe part is. We can tell them they are wrong, but ideally we are wrong. They are showing the imperfection, and we cannot bear their imperfection, and we scold them. So instead of doing that, we reflect upon our own imperfections and see them as mirrors. It's beautiful. See our husband as a mirror, see wife as a mirror, see boss as a mirror, see employees as a mirror, Everyone are trying to help you, make you enlightened. Right? It's very beautiful to see, everyone are teachers, everyone are gods. third exercise is reflect towards something we lost. Through the course of life, we give away or lose parts of ourselves. Let's say someone had beautifully shared, like in the teenage you were attracted to opposite sex. There is some kind of this attraction happening. And then over the course of life, you may have disowned that part. And then sometimes some people might be reminding us that part. Right? And when we come to find ourselves in the presence of another individual who embodies what we have lost, we will feel it as a magnetic connection to that person. We feel that immediate attraction. Right? Can I share something? Yeah. Okay. So the thing was like, we had a soul coach program, and she was a rebellious person, or I don't know what happened, but we had that immediate attraction, and then the attraction got dropped down. It was very beautiful to have that push-pull attraction we had. But it's nice to experience that. It's not, we acknowledge there is an attraction happening, someone else is reminding us about ourselves. It's not about, there is something word called infatuation. You heard that infatuation word? We attract. It's not soulmate relationship, or it's not husband-wife relationship or lovers. It's not that, but we attract to someone who, something we lost about ourselves, or we forgot about ourselves, or we disowned about ourselves. Just try to remember some instances or something. What I see in this person that I may have lost or given away, or that was taken away from me at some point in my life. So let's say my parents did not love me well. I was taken away from that parental love. So I attract to people who love their children a lot. And wanted to experience, because it was taken away from me. I lost that love. You understand? So something, try to reflect upon it and try to write down some things which you remember, or instances where you got attracted to some people. And it's not about that attraction, love story, but I am talking about what it is reflecting inside you, what it is trying to show you about yourself. Even men can do that because it's very important. So most of the time men become sannyasis at the young age. There's a problem now, we are trying to go back into samsara. You have seen this beautiful film called Samsara. It's a Tibetan movie. You can watch it sometime. A sannyasi again come back to samsara. Now this workshop is about samsara. Acharya Nagarjuna, you know Acharya Nagarjuna? Even he is one of the best enlightened masters. He says samsara is nirvana. Until that time everyone were running away from forests, for nirvana. So for the first time one day I had told samsara is nirvana. And there is, by understanding these mirrors, we are trying to find nirvana in our relationships. Right? So we are trying to experience it, freedom, that liberation, that peace, what nirvana gives with our wife, and with our husband, or with our parents, with our children, with our office colleagues. So we can live that peace, we can live in enlightenment, right? So try to note down, try to be honest and try to be open in the. Are you married, sir? Okay.
Why?
No, you are not writing it down, so that's why.
I am grasping.
Okay, fine, whatever. Just try to be in the moment and try to take in more. And if it's better to write down, it's most of the times we lose what we hear and these things go away. Just noting it down makes sense. Sometimes later you can reflect. It's very helpful. That's why we have given you notepads and pens and other things. reflects to us the fourth mirror, our most forgotten love. Through the course of our lives, often we will adopt certain patterns of behavior that become so important to us that we will rearrange the rest of our lives to accommodate this pattern or behavior. When we find ourselves in this situation, we find that these patterns will be compulsive or addictive patterns of behavior. Like sometimes we give more importance, sometimes, let's say, how many people have fallen in love in teenage? Fallen in love in teenage or adolescence, you have. So when that happened, you want to change everything, you want to give away your studies. Where are you studying at the time?
In the school, St. Joseph's School.
School, you are in school, right?
Yeah.
So that has become more important for you at that time?
Yes.
Rather than parents, rather than
Yeah.
everything else. And you would like to give away anything for that,
First
right?
priority.
First priority. Yeah, this is what it is talking about, Sometimes something we forgot and it is trying, we try to take it and we try to give more importance to that in our life, and it becomes a pattern. It becomes an addiction. And this is very difficult to recognize because we deny and we close our hearts to most of these things because this is very dangerous to acknowledge because most of the things are not allowed. Right? Seen as something bad or something negative like in society, but deep inside our heart knows. Right? So the most common addictions that come to our minds are usually alcohol, nicotine or drugs, issues of control, addictions to sex, need for money or to create money and abundance, etc. These are some addictions. If you have some addictions, try to recognize that addiction. Try to be bold enough. It's not about alcohol, it's not about smoking, it's not about that. Something which is making you compulsive. Something which is making you do that. Again and again. Like something which is you don't have control over. So try to recognize it. So have you recognized that addiction? Anything? Maybe TV serials or maybe films, maybe shopping.
Maybe even gym.
Maybe gym.
Even gym also.
Yeah.
Whatever you are trying to give more importance or something which is making you feel addicted, try to recognize that and now see yourself in the presence of that addiction. Let's say just imagine, you can close your eyes if you want, just imagine in that moment while you are doing that, when you are drinking or when you are smoking or let's say pornography or masturbation or addiction to sex or TV serials or films or shopping or gym, whatever is making you do it again and again, just try to be present there, just try to see what is happening within you at that time. Just try to witness, just try to close your eyes and just feel it, feel that moment. What are you trying to remember?
Uneasiness.
Yeah, don't tell, just feel it, just know it. Just know it. Just go deeper into that. Behavior, that thought pattern, that emotion, whichever is coming up. Try to go deeper. You can use your breath if you want. You can have deep breathing. You can, instead of observing the breath, go deep into it. Go deep into that memory. Take the breathing mode and go deep into that memory. It's okay, however you say it, it's comfortably fine. Just awareness. Just go deep there. Now what you are trying to remember, what you are trying to seek, what is the core issue, what is the core thing? Maybe it's mother's love, maybe it's father's affection, maybe something else, Just try to go deeper into that. What am I giving away in order to earn that? Like, why am I self-sabotaging? Ask yourself, why am I doing this again and again? What is that frustration I am trying to escape? What is that uneasiness I am trying to run away from? What is that discomfort I don't want to face? Just remember the pattern, remember the wisdom, remember something which is coming out of your consciousness, coming out of your awareness. Just try to remember what is happening there. And try to integrate that wisdom, integrate that pattern, integrate that wisdom within you. Slowly, when you are ready, you can come back. You can come back to the present moment and start writing. Whatever you have recognized, write down. Whatever has you have witnessed, write down. About the addiction. What was the addiction? What you are trying to remember, what was the love you were missing, whose love you were missing, what was the feeling like? Right on.